Hello. Very excited right now because this is the first crack that I'll be getting at recording a newly available ASCII version roguelike. It's an Angband variant, which has been around since the early 2000s, actually, but until, well, yesterday ish, there were bugs that were preventing the ASCII version of the game from being compiled and run. So it's thanks to Angband developer backwardsEric for fixing those problems. The game is Hengband. That's Hengband. It is sometimes been called the Japanese version of Angband, which was the first kind of big variant of Angband. It is itself a variant of Angband, but it's a variant of Angband through Zangband. Um, it is somewhat comparable to a currently very popular variant called Frog Compost Band. Frog Compost Band is a variant downstream by maybe two or three jumps of Hengband. But Hengband has been under development, I think more or less continual development, since the early 2000s, I think, as far as I know. Certainly in recent years. Currently, there is a team of people. I believe they're all in Japan, except for backwardsEric, who assists sometimes. Um, but it is primarily a Japanese team that is just working away on this variant of Angband, and it has probably had the most, I mean, as far as I can tell, it's had the most continual development of any Angband variant, and maybe even more than Angband vanilla itself. I mean, Zangband, as far as I can tell from the build notes, I think it was on zangband.org. No. Maybe it was on the code repository where you can download the more recent version, like Zangband 1.75 beta 1 or something. Zangband it was around like 2003 to 2005, where it looked like Zangband had a team of developers working away at it and doing quite a bit of work. That may have been after Hengband forked off of Zangband. I'm not really sure. But Zangband has a massive code base. I have downloaded the source code, and if you're familiar at all with Angband source code repositories, there's a huge number of folders they have broken the code up into. Um, it's pretty nuts. They're currently in the midst of their at least second like wide scale refactoring of the code base that is just sort of moving around where things are, and with an aim towards probably making it easier to comprehend for people to work on, I suppose, or something. But it's just pretty big. The executable that compiles itself is ridiculously big. Hengband.exe that I compiled from the source is 223 megabytes. You compare that with 6 something megabytes for the vanilla Angband client that I've compiled, or even Frog Compost Band, which is a similarly large world. In fact, a rather identical world, perhaps. I'm not sure about that, but certainly the starting world areas outside the beginning town look almost identical between Hengband and Frog Compost Band. Frog Compost Band's executable is about 12 megabytes. So Hengband, 223 megabytes. I'm not sure what all that is. There's something about movies. I don't know. But as far as just CPP files go, it's something like I did a file search. It's something like 7 megabytes of CPP files. That's the actual C++ code files, whereas Angband vanilla, for instance, is something like 5 megabytes of .c files. So maybe the code base itself, in terms of actual lines of code, it might not be that much bigger. I don't know. I haven't I don't have a smart way to add that up. Although I guess I could think of one if I really had to. But I'm not going to do that. That's too boring. So anyway, backwardsEric, thank you very much. He fixed it so you can compile this on, well, he did it for Linux. I am using this window here is Cygwin, which is a Linux-like environment for Windows. I'm running in Windows 10. It's free. Hengband itself is free. I'm going to put the download links for this stuff. Not for Cygwin. You can find that yourself, or I think it's cygwin.org. But I'm going to put the links for Hengband certainly in the description below the video. It's all free. You can compile the thing for free and play for free. So cool beansies. So Hengband, I compiled it in Cygwin. Now, you can just go to the Hengband website and download the latest version of the game that they have compiled for you in a Windows executable that has a bit of a graphic interface to it, if you're into that kind of thing. And it plays quite well through that. There's nothing wrong with that. I personally just like having a purely ASCII interface. So I wanted to compile a purely ASCII version of the game, which you can do in Linux or in Cygwin for most Angband variants. But there were a couple bugs, as I was saying, that were holding it back. There was one of the previous refactorings of the code base they did had deleted an old file, but that file was still referred to in some of the code, and that was tripping up the compiler. They together with backwardsEric sort of tracked that down. backwardsEric is the one who actually made the fix that they suggested. And then the other thing was there was a problem with the GUI, or the user ID that is crucial, I think, to Linux style security. Like, that's how Linux knows that the user is the one permitted to make file changes and so forth, and without having a valid user ID, the game can't edit files and save files, I think is what anyway, it wasn't working. It was preventing the game from running. They didn't have it set up correctly in the code for Linux, and backwardsEric just went in finally and fixed that. We had both reported it to them. They did not seem particularly in a hurry to fix it. They in fact said that they aren't running Linux there, so they, it would have taken them some extra work to sort of get set up just to look into that problem, which could be a problem going forward if I find more bugs. In fact, I have found a bug which I think is specific to the ASCII version. I'm going to report it to them. It's a minor bug, fortunately. I'm going to report it to them. I don't count on it being fixed anytime soon unless backwardsEric himself feels like taking it on, but I feel a little bad about giving him more work, seeing as how he's the main vanilla Angband developer. But he's an extremely helpful person. He's apparently been helping the Hengband team with compiling issues and stuff for some time now. So he seems to have taken an interest in the game to a certain extent anyway, so maybe he wouldn't mind. I don't know. Anyway, maybe they would fix it. I don't know. I would certainly like to see them get involved more in the making the ASCII version cool, which it already seems to be for the most part. But I think the deal, I think maybe they seem to just play the or to run the Windows client, the Japanese team does, and I would guess that's possibly because that's how you can get actual Japanese language, actual Japanese characters, legible in the game. You can't do that through the traditional ASCII curses character sets, probably. I don't know. I could be completely wrong about that. But there's one thing that you still do have to modify before you can run the game if you do compile it from the source code yourself into an ASCII version. For the most part, you can follow the general instructions laid out in the English language README on their code repository, and I think it also comes in the code that you download right there. But I can't drag. Oh, come on. Okay. This README is very old, so I will update it later, which who knows how old this is. But for the most part, it still works. But you actually you don't have to do this part, as I'll show you, unless you want a different number of windows. But there is when you just get the source code, there is a folder in the root Hengband source code directory that is called Hengband with a capital H. And in that Hengband folder, it's just that's where they store their Visual Studio project files for when they run the game in Microsoft Visual Studio. I think that's where they do their coding and so forth. The problem is in Linux, or as in Cygwin as well, if you just try to, the Linux/Cygwin don't distinguish between the extension on a file name. So the executable is hengband.exe, of course, and we're familiar with .exe files in Windows. But in Linux, you run the game just by typing the non-extension part of the file name, just with Hengband. So if there's a folder called Hengband, it can't distinguish between running the file and accessing the folder. And so if there's a folder in here called Hengband and you try running the file called Hengband, it will say that's a folder, and you won't be able to run hengband.exe until you delete or rename that folder. And you probably don't need it yourself unless you are actually compiling the game in Windows Visual Studio. But if you're worried about this kind of thing, then you obviously aren't doing that. You're doing it in Linux or Cygwin. So yeah, it actually, as far as Angband variants go, it takes a very long time to compile in Cygwin. Yeah, there's just a ton of little files that just take a long time to compile, I guess. I don't know what the deal is exactly. So I think I'm done enough blabbing about all that junk. They are continuing to update the game on a daily basis, which is cool. There's a pet system. They're working on adding like just stuff to do, like I think something with like owning real estate and stuff. It's crazy. But let's go in and we can talk about the craziness as we actually see some of it. So there's a Cygwin window, and you don't, if you want sub windows, so Hengband is a direct descendant of Zangband, which I also just got running in a ASCII version. Thanks again to backwardsEric for some help on that, because there were also problems getting Zangband compiled and running from the old source code for Zangband, but I did get that working. Zangband's interesting. It's old. I mean, the last Angband development was in 2005, so it doesn't have the just myriad of user interface improvements that Hengband and vanilla Angband and stuff have gotten to them over the years. So it does feel pretty crusty. You're always banging into locked doors, for instance, which is just kind of infuriating. But Hengband has smoothed a lot of that out on their own, I think. Zangband also not a huge fan of their Zangband's level generator, but anyway, that has nothing to do exactly with Hengband because Hengband's is different. So in Hengband, if you're running Angband, when you run Angband, if you want sub windows, you have to do, well, if you're using a multi-front end client, you have to do like -mgcu to specify the curses ASCII client. You have to do -- for a sub option, and then -n4, which specifies that you want 4 windows, 3 of which are sub windows. And the Hengband README itself says to do something like that. Actually, I think the README just says to do -n4 or something, but you actually don't have to do that either. It defaults like Zangband to specifying 3 sub-windows. So you can just do /Hengband in the Cygwin command line to run, and you'll get some sub-windows ready to go. This is the splash screen. You can see this is code. The most recent build, release build, is Alpha 51. You can download the precompiled Windows graphical version directly from their website of Alpha 51. It gives some credits here. It's based on Moria, which became Moria for the Unix version. Then that became Angband. And then this is interesting because it notes that there was a Japanese version of Angband. And then there was Zangband, which went through a couple main developers. And then the Zangband dev team, as I was saying, who worked on it from, I think, somewhere around 2003 to 2005. So I guess they must have incorporated some of the work that Zangband dev team did. And then there was the Zangband Japanese version. And I guess Hengband is descended from the Zangband Japanese version. That's what this credit page makes it sound like, at least. And then so that became Hengband. And it's gone through a number of developers. I don't think the original main developer is still working on it. I'm not sure about that, though. So I have a character that I was just messing around with in Hengband, and I'll show you why specifically. This is a archer character, like a ranger in vanilla Angband, I think. This is just in the beginning dungeon. You'll notice the unique graphical look, even in ASCII mode, you can still see, which is that Hengband fills in the empty space outside the actual hollow dungeon areas. It fills in the solid ground with X's, which is just gives this variant a very unique look. Also, I guess the other thing is that if you go to map screen options, by default it has use special color for torchlit grids on. So it's like this. So you see this bright yellow around the character. I turn that off because it weirds my eyes out, because in fact the yellow is slightly darker than the white that's immediately around the character on the walls and floor, and so that it just creates this weird tonal shift that weirds my eyes out slightly. So I turn that yellow off. You can also turn some of the other lighting effects off if you want, but I think they look pretty neat. One thing that is an option that I appreciate that vanilla Angband no longer offers is this one. Vanilla Angband doesn't offer just about any of these, maybe one of them. Anyway, map remembers all torchlit grids, which is off by default in Hengband. In vanilla Angband, in current vanilla Angband, this option is on and cannot be turned off. It doesn't appear in the options list in vanilla Angband. What this does is, if we go back to the map view, you'll notice this hallway to the east here shows no floor dots in it. It's just a void, a black void. But when I go down it, my torch lights up the dots immediately surrounding my character within a radius of 1 square. What that illustrates for you is that hallways in Angband, as they were in Moria, the ancestor game, and in Hengband, the variant of Zangband, which is a variant of Angband, hallways are always dark. You can only see, 1 or 2 squares depending on how powerful your local character's light source is, the light source you're carrying. There are never like built-in lights in hallways. So that's important to know, and that's what that shows you. If you turn that option to yes, which is how it is in vanilla Angband now, it will leave that lit up to show that you've explored through there, basically. But so what that does in vanilla Angband now, when you explore through hallways, you end up, all the hallways look like this. They look like that. So it looks like they're illuminated, which is deceptive because they aren't. So in vanilla Angband, I am constantly forgetting this and going down these hallways thinking I can see anything in them, but I can't. And then a monster will pop into view just like 1 square away from me. I'll be like, ah! But it's just because hallways in Angband and variants are always dark. So I actually like the fact that Hengband lets you lets you remember that, like Zangband did before, and the older Angband back in the day, I believe. Anyway, the reason I wanted to show you this archer character in particular is because, of course, vanilla Angband has made a lot of strides in terms of UI, streamlining, and all kinds of handy updates to the game in the decades since Zangband forked off it in the early 2000s. Oops, here's an ant who snuck up on me a bit. Don't bite me. I need an opponent. Oh no, the blinking dot. I need a target. Is that it? What is that? Is that just food? No, it's a Goomba. Okay, this I don't think is in standard Angband. I doubt it was in Zangband either. A renegade mushroom from the... So this is just straight up from Nintendo Super Mario. You see a typo there. I don't know if I remember to mention it explicitly, but the Hengband team does release... So this is the Japanese... I compiled a Japanese or English language version of the game. And they release on their website an English language version as well as a Japanese version. And they point out the English version in English, so it's easy to spot, to download. But yeah, so it's got full English support, and it's got extensive online help files, which it mostly inherited from Zangband, I think. Zangband had very extensive help files. So there's a Goomba. So in Vanilla Angband now has this concept of a quiver, which is sort of a specialized inventory section where you put your ammunition for missile weapons, for instance, arrows. Zangband and thus Hengband branched off of Angband long before it had this quiver thing. So in these games, arrows are still just in the main inventory. So you see them there at the bottom of my inventory. Those are my arrows. So in Vanilla Angband, because Vanilla Angband has this quiver concept, in Vanilla Angband you hit the tab key to auto fire whatever missiles you have in your quiver with whatever missile weapon you have equipped in your missile weapon slot at the nearest opponent or your current target, something like that. Here's my equipment. Hengband does have a shooting slot. You see slot C there is the missile weapon slot, but it doesn't have a quiver, and it doesn't have a tab key shortcut to auto fire your quivered ammunition at the nearest target. So normally what you have to do to fire your missile weapon in Hengband and in Zangband is you have to hit T, and that's the fire interface. I forget what T is supposed to stand for exactly. And this brings up your ammo types, and then you have to hit the ammo type, the letter. Now, do I have the Goomba targeted? Because that would kind of defeat this. Well, let's see. So T, and then you have to hit the ammo type, so I would hit letter F. Then you have to choose a target. And this is all it gives you as far as the default target selection goes. So then you have to, which is kind of annoying, because then you have to hit asterisk, and then you can pick a target with various keys. I think you can also just scroll kind of up and down. Yeah, you can sweep around and so forth. And it auto selects the closest one, I think, by default, if you don't already have a target selected, or something like that. But that's a lot of keys just to shoot a freaking arrow, right? I mean, you're an archer. This is the main thing you do. Are you really going to be able to stand to do that for however many, little targets you're going to have to pepper with arrows throughout the run of your archer? It's ridiculous. That's why the tab key is so useful in Angband. Just one of the reasons why it's so useful. But I don't know if they actually expect anybody to do that, because you can use inscriptions and macros, which are sort of tricky to use and could be easier. They're a little easier in Vanilla Angband now, I think. But anyway, so for inscriptions, if I hit left curly bracket, that brings up the inscribe option. And I've already inscribed these arrows. You can see that that curly bracket at 1 at the end of the arrows. But so I would hit F, and this is the existing inscription on the arrows, which is sort of there's a lot of magical, not actual, game magical, but just codes you can put in inscriptions that actually make things have game functions. So if you put at 1 on a weapon or ammunition, that means it will be selected. It will always be selected by hitting the number 1. Instead of, see right now my arrows are letter F in my inventory, but that letter can change depending on what else I get in my inventory, or if I drop the arrows and pick them up later, or, well, I think that might still, anyway. So that letter isn't permanently assigned to them necessarily, so I assign them the number 1 so that they will always be on number 1. And because they're always on number 1, then I can include them in a macro. I already made this macro, but I'll show you the macro interface. So to get the macro interface, back in these olden code times of Hengband and Zangband, you hit shift, you hit the at symbol basically, which in modern vanilla Angband brings up, actually centers on your character, I think. But oops, oh no, don't do that. Don't lean on your keyboard. No, thank you, Windows. So anyway, I'm hitting the shift 2, which is the at symbol. And this is the interact with macros menu, which is somewhat puzzling. But if I didn't already have this, well, let's remove it. So I'm going to remove the macro that I put on tab. Remove macro, hit 5. Now it wants to know the trigger I use. What's the key that I used for this macro? It was tab. So I hit tab. Now it doesn't tell me it. Oh, down at the bottom in my message readout, it says it removed a macro. So now I want to create a new macro. I'm just going to recreate the one I had, but anyway, I'm just doing this to show you. Create a macro. I hit 4. What's the trigger button for it? It's tab. Okay, so there's no action right there on tab right now. So it's showing me a blank action cursor entry, text entry thing here. So what I need to do is, let's see, what did we have to do to fire an arrow? We had to hit T, then we had to pick the ammo type, which my arrows are assigned the number 1, so I can just select them with 1. So T for the firing ammo list, then 1 to pick the arrows, and then it shows that target selection. Since I didn't have a target, it shows the target selection do jobby. Or maybe there's an option, I think, for keeping the old target. Anyway, so you have to hit, from that targeting thing, you have to hit asterisk to specify a target. Then it'll auto-target from there the nearest target. And then to actually select them as the target, you hit T. And I think at that point it would fire if you did have a valid target. I think that's it. But then if you didn't have a valid target, if there were no targets left, you might be stuck in the targeting interface at that point. So I'm going to put in some \E, which is the escape key. So this, if I don't have a target left when I'm using this macro, it will back me back out. So that and then I hit enter to enter the macro. Okay, so I think that did it. It says added a macro. I'm going to hit append macros to a file, number 2. I'm going to put them in the PRF file, the preferences file, named after this is actually my user ID, basically, and my character name. That's what it auto-names my character as well. So I think it loads up this preferences file automatically when I begin the game with this character, which you can, in the Linux version, you can only run one character at a time, unlike the Windows version. But in current vanilla Angband, I'm going to hit append macros to a file again, because in current vanilla Angband, also if you save things to the user.prf, it will auto-load with any character you load. I'm not sure Hengband does that, because before I only appended to user PRF and then I loaded back up and I did not have my macro. So I don't think Hengband actually does that, but I'm doing it anyway. What the heck? Okay, so I should have my macro going. So now I've got this Goomba, this comma over there to my west. I'm going to hit the tab key, which is what I set my macro on. So it should, It should auto-select my ammo. It should auto-select to fire, pick my ammo, which are the arrows, auto-select the nearest target, and fire one arrow. It did, because you can't really tell. This is the old style firing. New style vanilla Angband, you actually see the path of the arrow character, which is a curly bracket. You see that animate from your character to the target. Hengband doesn't do that. It's old enough, and Angband didn't do it either, where there is no arrow animation. You may see an arrow appear on the floor next to the target if it like bounced off them and is just laying on the ground. But otherwise, you don't see the arrow in flight or anything like that. So you don't get a whole lot of feedback. But I hit him, he squelches, and he's dead. And there's at least one arrow that dropped out of him after he died. Actually, wait. No, he's not dead. It fell next to him. He's still writhing in agony. Now he's dead. And another thing that Angband / Hengband do not do is they don't. Vanilla Angband will pick up items automatically that you already have in inventory. So because in Vanilla Angband, because I already have arrows, if I ran over another arrow, it would pick them up. Vanilla or Hengband and Angband don't do that. You can set them to pick up everything, but that's pretty much your only option. Either nothing or everything. Picking up everything is really irritating, so I don't want to do that. So you have to just move over them and hit G to pick them up individually, which is a bit of a pain. But other than that, that macro really saves a lot of button pressing and annoying stuff you would otherwise have to do for an archer, just firing your bow. So actually, and I actually really like that, because since, whereas Vanilla Angband, you would have to play the animation of the little arrow curly bracket character flying from your character to the target each time, Hengband and Angband didn't have that animation yet, so it's just instantaneous. So it's just like you're firing this instant death ray. It's actually pretty sweet. Oh, here's a white. Wait, where is that jelly? What the? I don't see a J. Where is it? I want to pepper with arrows. Oh, now I can't. What is it down? No. Where the heck? It's down here? Must be down here. Let's shift W. There it is. Okay, so I'm just going to hammer tab at this jelly. And it can't really tell from the map display, but it is shooting arrows. And the health bar for the jelly, which is on the middle left there, is going down. And the jelly's dead. 7 arrows are in a pile here where the jelly died. Pick those up. Tungsten wand. So that's just a very useful macro that I've found for trying a archer character in Angband. Well, I think in Angband they're still called rangers, but in Hengband they are now called archers, more or less. What was the other thing I was gonna? Oh, the other option that I found as a result of trying that stuff out, that's very useful and that I had avoided, and it is still in Vanilla Angband, is let's see, where do they put it here? It wouldn't be there. Yeah, automatically clear more prompts. Now, I had been afraid to do this in Vanilla Angband because you could easily miss, for instance, when this will come up. For instance, if you run into a monster who just like hits you like 3 times in a row, that won't all fit. All the text readout of that won't all fit in the top message bar above the map line. So it'll print out the first part of it, then just hit more, then just print more in between dashes. and that's what tells you have to hit like space or something to that's interesting. I wonder what the difference between clear and skip is. You can hit question mark in Hengband and as in Zangband to get descriptions of things, which is extremely useful. I don't think you can do that in vanilla. No, actually, I'm sure you can't. So automatically clear more. The game does not wait for a key press when it comes to a more prompt. Automatically display. Okay. Well, what's the... Activate quick messages. Allows the use of any key presses as found. Okay. Automatically clear more prompts. That's what I turned off. But what's... See, it doesn't have a definition for automatically skip all messages. Does it just not print them at all? Well, anyway, I'm not. That sounds a little crazy. But yeah, I mean, so it would be easy to not notice that an opponent had like just hit you a lot, and if you weren't watching your health, you might be on the verge of death, whereas you didn't really think you could have been taking that much damage all of a sudden. I anticipate this even just turning off the more having to hit the more prompts manually, having to clear them manually, will probably end up getting me killed at some point. But if I if I can be in the habit of watching my hit points, and anyway, it does really speed things up. It's sort of like turbo mode for these games. So currently, I'm enjoying that. It'll probably get me killed. Now why is... So you see this thing with the cursor. When I move, there's a cursor in the upper right, next on that top line in my sub window there, where it's describing the white jelly. There's a square cursor at the right end of that first line. That's not supposed to be there. And then once in a while, you see a cursor flash in the top right corner of the screen. That's not supposed to be there. And then you can even sometimes see it in the sub window, the message readout sub window in the so I think it'll just put a cursor randomly in like the top line of these various sub windows, which is a bug that doesn't happen in vanilla Angband ASCII version. So it's a curses specific ASCII bug. I'm going to report that to them. I don't think they're going to make it a big priority to fix, because I don't think ever use the Linux or Cygwin or ASCII, whatever you want to call it, version. So yeah, but fortunately pretty minor. All right, so I want to show you the character creation. So that means I do have to kill my poor level 4 archer. I mean, I could back up the save file or something, but they're level 4, so I don't care. So I'm going to hit Shift Q. Do I want to commit suicide? Well, that's a grim way of putting it, but I guess. Verify suicide by typing the @ sign. Goodbye. Killed on level 2 by quitting. I like that. That's very apt. No, I don't want to dump thing. Shows you your readout. Notice it shows you skills, whereas vanilla Angband, I think, just shows you a verbal summary. It would, for instance, for fighting, it might just say good. I don't know why my skills are so good, even at level 4. That seems a little ridiculous. But here it shows you not only the word, but also a numeric value, which is interesting. There's also an alignment. I was neutral evil? Why was I neutral evil? Oh. Huh, it shows you an average damage per round. Shots per round. This is all pretty cool stuff, stat-wise. Anyway. And it's got some kind of online global score system. I have not actually seen that, because I think you have to actually beat the game to submit a score. So anyway, then it just kicks you out. And maybe there was a way I could have not gotten kicked out. But anyway, then you just start it back up. And because my character died, I don't have a save file, so it's going to take me to character creation. No, I do not want quick start. So here's the character creation. The equal sign takes you to the birth option. Well, it takes you to the option screen, and there are certain options called birth options that you can only adjust while you're in character creation, and that's the same thing in Angband and other Angband variants. But Hengband's character creation will take us through the options before the end of character creation anyway, so you don't have to pop into that now. Choose a sex. I'm going to hit random, so it made me female. Now, if you saw my Frog Compost Band video, if you're familiar with Frog Compost Band is kind of the other big ongoing. Well, there's another one too. There's Compost Band itself or something. But anyway, is another big, still in development Angband variant with an overworld and multiple dungeons and so forth. And it's actually quite similar looking on the surface to Hengband. It forked off of Hengband back in the day. Or, well, the games that it forked from forked off of Hengband. Frog Compost Band has so many species that they're broken down into sub-menus, so you can't really do a full random selection of them because you can hit random, but it'll only pick from the current sub-menu you're looking at, and there's like 10 sub-menus from like 2 to 15 races or something. It's crazy. And like if you pick Draconian, then it brings up a sub-menu of like, I want to see if this does that. If I pick Draconian, no, there's only one kind of Draconian in Hengband. In Frog Compost Band, if you pick Draconian, then you have to pick a color, and there's like a dozen of those. So Hengband, a little more concise, a little more condensed in its. Also, same way with classes in Frog Compost Band. Like if you choose a magic user, there's like 2 more subtypes of magic you pick, and even in Angband there's like 1. But anyway, not sure how it is in Hengband yet. But anyway, the point I like here is that you actually can not letting me. Oh yeah, it's not. I would have to go. It resets your options. That's annoying. Vanilla Angband saves options between characters. But anyway, you can hit random. Go back. Restart, Shift S. Okay. Random gender. Well, now I'm male. Okay, I'm gonna hit Shift asterisk for the random race, which is Merfolk. What? There will be no inconvenience on land. Also have the ability to withstand disaster by water, and it shows you their stat adjustments. I don't know if the plus 30% XP, does that mean it takes more XP for them to level up? They do have increased wisdom and dexterity. So overall, they come out ahead in stats. They've got short range infravision, slum stealth. What is? Oh, HD is hit dice. That's pretty good hit dice. So it's not too bad. They're just a little tougher than your bog standard humans, against which of course everything is measured. They have infravision, which is useful, and they level up a little slower. All right, so we'll be a merfolk. So I'll hit yes, and then again the classes are all in a single menu. So you can hit random on these too, which I'm going to do because I like this concept of playing just crazy random combinations. So I'm a Merfolk Cavalry man. Shouldn't I be riding a seahorse into battle? This is reminding me of the old Prince Namor of Atlantis comic books. Cannot cast spells. So, oh yeah, class. So yeah, I don't like spells. Just takes a lot of keyboard pressing, Good at shooting. Okay, that's cool. I can make a pretty fierce shooting macro. Forcibly saddle and tame wild monsters at high levels. Don't use magical devices. Well, okay, so this again shows you stat modifiers. You guess this is like Angband and Frog Compost Band. You get modifiers with all these choices you make. So big up on strength for cavalry. Jeez. Not so good on charisma or intelligence or wisdom. +9 hit dice. Again, a bonus to stealth. Anyway, okay. Then this is like Angband as well. You choose a personality. Frog Compost Band has this as well. This gives you more modifiers, essentially. How would we want to describe my cavalry merman? What is charge man? I think if I hit question mark. Come on, that would be an obvious one. Lazy. Direct bad influence on spell fail rate. Well, I'm not going to cast spells, so that wouldn't really matter, but it doesn't give me any bonuses. Sexy rises all of my abilities, but it aggravates all monsters. Only females can... What? What is this? What is this sexism? My male merman can be sexy as heck. Lucky. Yeah, this is an interesting one. I tried a lucky leprechaun in Frog Compost Band and died horribly. Only male. Well, I guess so. Females can be sexy and males can be lucky. What's the deal there? I don't think Frog Compost Band. I don't think had those gender limitations for those two, which is good. Patient person does sing. Poor ability. Oh, okay. Munchkin is like a really easy one. But I think you might not be able to submit a high score if you do that. In Frog Compost Band, it just calls you a cheater on the final score screen or something maybe. So wait, this doesn't have the one that I wanted to look up, which was Charge Man. Well, I guess we just have to look at the stat modifiers. Charge Man, strength up. Well, that's kind of the way I want to go, I guess. There must be something more to it. Maybe it's specific to cavalry or something. Maybe this will be in some other document. Well, I guess I'm going to have to pick Charge Man because that's the mystery here. So yeah, there's no sexy, but there is lucky because I'm male, I guess. Anyway, I'm going to pick Charge Man. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Charge Man is a crazy killer, strong and tough but have poor intelligence. Since you're already insane, confusion and hallucination. Oh, sweet. Charge Man sounds awesome. All you have to be is a little insane. Okay, so go with that. So here's where you set your birth options. I don't think I need to change any of these. I am left-handed, but I don't think I want left-hander. Can you make your character left-handed? Is that what that is? Oh, actually, these are the ones I set because I think this was off by default, and I was like, well, I don't want to have to set height and weight. I don't care. I already set that to yes. For the previous character. All right, so hit escape. This is the auto roller thing. I think I'm fine with all of that stuff. Here's the age, height, and weight, sure, whatever. So here's my Charge Man, Merfolk Cavalry Man. That's interesting. It shows you barehanded stat. I have -2 on speed. Oh, dang. Oh, well, gotta have some bad. What's a good, I suppose? Reroll, history, or enter to accept. Okay, that's fine. Lower body is a tail. Oh, so that's why my speed is low. I wonder if I can wear, like, shoes. Probably not. Control A for read pref. That's interesting. Okay, let's try Control A. Oh no, I guess not. I don't care. Cursor key for move. What would I be moving? Oh, if I wanted to edit that. I see. So here I am. Now, what is that next to me? That is a horse. Is it my horse? Yeah, it says pet in the top part. It says pet. So that is my horse. There's a pet menu. If you hit P, I think Angband had this as well. So I think the asterisk next to D means it's already on following me. Now, see, I think if I tell it N, ride a pet, I can mount it. So I hit N. Do I have to? Yeah, so now I'm riding my horse. Yeah, it says riding below the map. That's pretty sweet. I don't know if that changes my speed. It doesn't give me a... Oh, well, under speed it just says riding +0. So either that gave me a +2 or it's just a completely separate thing. Can I ride in a dungeon? And how would I get off pet? Hit N again. Oh, I can name my pet. Sweet. Get off this way. Let's name the pet. Oh. Target? Okay. Name. Oof. Carrot, I don't know. The horse. Well, does it have a name now? Horse called Carrot. Okay, well, that's my horse. Is it going to follow me? Hey, follow me, horsey. Come on, Carrot. This way. It is carrot colored. Maybe that's how that idea popped into my head. Well, so the starting dungeon is over to the right there in that clearing to the east. That pointy bracket. It's just about the same location as the starting dungeon in Frog Compost Band. Slightly less detailed looking wilderness zone, but let's see. I have 220 AU, which is gold. What do we have currently? My Merfolk Cavalryman has torches, rations of food, and 17 arrows. Equipment, I have a trident, sweet, which I wield with 2 hands. I have a short bow, a ring of levitation. What does the ring of levitation do? No, I don't want to do that. Shift I, equip ring of levitation, no special knowledge. Well, okay, I don't really know what that does. I think in vanilla Angband currently it would give me some text explanation about that ring of levitation. And leather scale mail. Okay, so I could go shopping and get some, like a cloak or what? A helmet, gauntlets, and maybe boots. I mean, I thought I didn't have feet, but it says feet there. Is there anything I'm not wielding? Well, a torch. But so in the general store, I could get a lantern. So there's a cloak, fur cloak, but that's way too expensive. I could get more arrows, which I should probably do. It's very similar to say Frog Compost Band starting town as well. Okay, so I already have, it was hard leather or some kind of leather. Oh, there's no cloaks in here. That's interesting, but there is a shield. 25% off shields, or leather caps. So let's Oh, I can't use a shield because my trident's two-handed. So for now, I won't worry about a shield. I'll buy a hard leather cap. Yes, I'll buy... oh, those gauntlets are way too expensive. I'll buy some leather gloves. Oops. I will buy soft leather boots. Let's go back here and get the cloak. Put that stuff on. Okay. So my merman is somehow wearing boots on his fishtail, I guess. I don't know. Here we got staves and things. I keep trying to scroll down with the down arrow. Can't afford that junk. I think this is a bar. Hey, Carrot. Oh, man, where did he run off to? Take it easy there, boy. Or girl, I don't know. White Horse Inn. Listen for rumors. I want to save my dough to make sure I can buy some more arrows at the moment. And maybe whatever is in these other shops. Wow, so they've just got all the restore potions, or a bunch of, well, not all of them, I suppose, but a bunch of them. That's handy. Scrolls of Phase Door, those are cheap. I should probably get at least one of those. It could save my life. Word of Recall. Oh, that's too expensive. Why don't I purchase a Phase Door scroll? Man, they got all kinds of stuff here. That's pretty cool. What the heck are you guys, Duralians? Maroon-colored, vaguely humanoid creature with one eye, tentacle-like limbs, slim waist, and broad chest. Advanced civilization from another world. These are, so they are aliens. Wow. It can illuminate the dungeon. Oh, that's an option I turned on, I think. Or maybe it was maybe it was in Zang. Gameplay options. No. There was some option in some game for allowing creatures to carry lights. Oh, so the highlight the player with the cursor thing can minimize the amount of cursor flickering in the sub windows. Echo, stop. That's my bedtime alarm. Of course, I've stayed up too late. There's still some. You see it flickering all around, like in the lower, was in the lower right. I don't want to do that. Well, I don't know. I think I'm misremembering the creatures lighting things up. But it says those Duralians can illuminate the dungeon. That sounds cool. Could I get them to come with me? There is a concept of, I think it's in here somewhere. AI having, I don't know. Anyway. Okay, spell books, which I'm not a spell caster, am I? Nope, no spells. So this is the temple. Curing potions. On sale, Word of Recall. I could buy one. Maybe I should do that. I really want arrows, though. Wait, 90% off Word of Recall? Jeez. Oh, okay. I mean, as long as it still works. Sweet. The price was right. So, Vanilla Angband does not have sales on items in the shops. I believe Frog Compost Band may. I'm pretty sure Zangband did. So these are other weapons, a little pricey. Oh, here I can buy arrows. Same as those others, I believe. Weight 0.2. Oh, yeah, there they are. Yeah, those are the same. Let's just buy um, uh, 60, I don't know, whatever. 77 arrows, that sounds good. Let's just take a look at this other stuff. Like a town hall or something, yeah. Talk to the mayor? Oh, you can have items identified for 100 gold. Request quest. Danger level 5. Thieves hideouts. Thieves robbing my people live in a small borough. I think, I think Tome. I think I heard. I was watching or I was listening to videos by Roguelove playing Tome, and I think there was a quest in that like this one. So okay, have I taken the quest? I don't know. So there's a thieves guild in the borough, wherever that may be. Sort of ugly colors for this overworld. Zangband actually has the later versions of Zangband have a procedurally generated overworld that's actually really kind of beautiful. The little pieces of it I can see around town. Also pretty weird, like sometimes it looks like lava speckles in the landscape and stuff, but yeah, so I think these must have branched off of Zangband before, like Frog Compost Band as well, before it had the procedurally generated overworld. Today's target. Oh, right. This is in Frog Compost Band as well. Wanted target. Corpses and skeletons. Oh, wildcat. Special target. The rarest animals. Geez, 1,000,000 if you catch one. How do you catch things alive? Wanted uniques. Fang, farmer maggot's dog, offers a prize when you bring them a wanted monster's corpse. Oh, so this is one reason why animals leave corpses in Zangband and so forth. The King of the Lice. Tom the Stone Troll. Huh. Okay. Still more of them. Wait, I can't tell my horse from this scrawny horse. I mean, I have to look at them carefully to do it. Here's another scrawny. Hey, it bit me. What? Carrot, come deal with that ruffian. Black Market, which has weird stuff. This is also an Angband. A Wakazashi. Gee. Anyway, that's all a little out of my price range. And museum. Drop an item, order to remove an item. Is that if you have something cursed on you? Oh no, that's if something was stored here. Huh. So can you store anything here? You have your own house as well, which is number 8 here, I think. Yeah, so you can store stuff here like in Vanilla Angband. Well, this is just the starting town too. I think there are probably other towns. Should I go look at? Oh yeah, I did. All right. Well, carrot to me. Pet. Ride. So you have to be right next to it. Carrot, stop moving around. Hi-ho! Off we go to the Yeek place. Now, what if I just ride Carrot straight in? So I'm still riding my horse. I think this will I'll probably get them killed. I don't want to risk Carrot's life. What am I doing? What kind of a monster am I? Okay, so Carrot, we're gonna dismount you here. And I hope you'll be all right there. Oh man, he just vanished. Or she. Carrot, where'd you go? Allow cast attack spell? Allow teleport? Allow cast summon spell? Well, that's interesting, but my horse seems to have disappeared. Pets pick up items, pets open doors. Wait, it's on seek and destroy? Oh, did I accidentally put, no! Carrot, come back. Follow me? Well. Oh, you can specify their target. So you could take him into the dungeon, but I don't want him to get killed. I think he might have raced off into the dungeon to die. Or she. So here we are in the Yeek Cave, as you can see in the lower left of the map. It's called Yeek Cave. Do I still have my macro set? No. Oh, no, I do. I just have to inscribe these arrows. So, crinkly bracket, E, inscribe with @1. And now, bam! Just instant. Don't have to watch the arrow animate. It's just dead. I love that. I want to go out and see if Carrot's there. Carrot! Well, wait. Is that him? No. That is not Carrot. Well, maybe Carrot will come back at some point. I don't know. Okay, of course, now in Angband and variants, the default is to regenerate a level each time you enter it. So new level 1 here. Wait a second, I just fired 1 arrow and I got 2 arrows back. This thing's paying. Maybe I didn't. I don't know what I'm doing. Why? I thought it could repeat that. What the heck? Okay, how about F? No, I tried to smash it. What the? Well, this sucks. I guess I failed at this dungeon. Whoa. Okay, that was weird. Maybe it's because I don't have a torch equipped. Wield torch. Scroll light. That's interesting. There's light in the first few squares of that doorway. So can I search here? Oh yeah, secret doors. In current vanilla Angband, searching happens automatically. There's no more search key. What is this green? Is that a tree? Yeah, yes, trees. So Zangband has this thing where you can find trees in a dungeon. Zangband also has, oh sweet, some very annoying sort of open levels, and you can have swamps in dungeons and stuff. I hope Hengband does not have those because they're really annoying to just navigate. Scrolls of Rumor. The message on the scroll, I feel the longsword in my backpack is special. I have a longsword in my backpack? No, I don't. What? Stupid rumor. It's trying to mess me up. Okay, these trees are weird because you can walk through them. They just block your view. And they like go between walls and stuff. Oh my gosh. White worms. Now, if I want to just kill these real, because these will multiply like wildfire, but I could cut them all down with arrows, right? Bam, 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 bam. No, they're still multiplying to, what the heck? All right, I gotta save my arrows. Wow, those really got out of hand. Now, I thought I hadn't seen breeders get that crazy in Hengband or Zangband. I had seen them do that in Frog Compost Band. But I don't think I'm going to be able to finish those guys off. I better shut that door. Oh, there's an insect swarm behind me? Okay. So, oh, well, I am a cavalryman, so that's why I had a horse. So now I don't have my horse. Races, classes, personalities. Classes B. Mage, priest, rogue, ranger, paladin. One interesting thing in Zangband, like the help files in Zangband were corrupted and just kind of partially scrambled, which was bizarre. Here they're fine. Is it going to have... See, is tourist even in Hengband? There's the archer. Bard, red mage, samurai. Cavalry. So I guess I should have been riding my horse. Overwhelming offensive strength on horseback. Well, gosh dang it. My horse just took off. I guess it knew I was going to leave it outside the dungeon and it was just insulted. Class power, which forcibly settle and tame wild horses. So maybe that's rodeo, but I probably can't. Let's see, shift. Oh, rodeo. Oh, no, I can. Wait. I need 10 magic points to use that. I don't have magic points. I need to attain level 10 to use it. Well, might not get another horse until I hit level 10, which shouldn't normally take very long. Got some money. Not much in the way of enemies here, except for that friggin' room full of, it doesn't auto pick up insects or whatever. Oh, see here, it's possible in this game to read a scroll and not know what it did because it didn't have anything to affect or something. You know what I didn't do? I didn't look at the other races and classes. Let's just see what they were. Human, half-elf, elf, hobbits, those are all gnomes. Excellent mages, good saving throws. Lower strength dwarves, of course. Half orcs, half trolls. Amberites are just like superhumans. But they gain levels slower. So yeah, there's a, what's the, what, like in tome or something. Anyway, it's just like, yeah, superhumans. High elves, barbarians, hardy men of the north, fierce in combat. Blah blah. Not good at magic. Well, what else is new? Battle frenzy. Half trolls have battle frenzy? What do half trolls do? Half troll. Incredibly strong, more hit points than most, stupid and slow, bad at searching, blah blah. Ugly, fun to run? What does that mean? Have their strength sustained so they can't get their strength drained. That's cool. Regenerate wounds automatically at higher levels. Require food less often. Well, half trolls sound sweet. I guess they must have battle frenzy like barbarians. Half ogres, another big bad race. Strength sustained, half giants. Thick skin. Strength sustained, half titans. Enhanced attributes. Estimate the strength of their foes. Resistant to chaos. They probably level up really slow. Cyclops. I wonder if they're good at shooting or not. No, I guess they are. Even with no depth perception. I should play a Cyclops, like a Cyclopean archer. Yeeks are pathetic. Resistant to acid, but weak. Clacons are these weird insectoid creatures. Limited mental. Nimble, acidic, weird. Kobolds, a weak goblin race. I didn't realize they were a goblin race. They love poison weapons. Ew. Nibelung, nocturnal dwarves. Natural inclination to magical items. Immune to effects of good journal. Dark elf. Inherent magic missile attack. Knowledge of magic. Keen sight. See invisible. Draconians. Dragon-like humanoids. Elemental resistances. Breath weapon. Depends on the class and level. Huh. They can escape any pit trap. Wow. Maybe that's what my ring of levitation or whatever just does. Mind Flayer. More powerful spellcasters than any other race. Not so great physically. See invisible and telepathy. Imp. Demon creatures. Resistant to fire. Firebolt. Blah blah. See invisible. Golem. I was messing briefly with a golem. You can't eat food, or you don't gain sustenance from food. You have to use like special scrolls. Oh, but you can also absorb mana from staves and wands, huh? Staffs, it says. Natural AC bonus skeletons. Warrior-like skeletons and spell-using skeletons, also called licks or liches. I don't know. Not fooled by invisibility. Resistant to shrapnel. Resistant to cold. I'm not sure what magical effects. I wonder what they eat. Absorb mana from staves and wands. Oh well, so like a golem. Zombie. Similar. Vampire. I want to mess with a vampire, so Rays of the Sun, you gotta watch out for. Stronger in the dark. Can't be life drained. This cold and poison. Have to drink blood from monsters. Spectre is interesting. They can go through walls. Become telepathic. Good spellcasters. Yeah, the going through walls thing was very weird, and you die really easily. Weirdly. Sprites. Now no, it wasn't this. I think. Spraying sleeping dust. There was something, I was playing a sprite, but it was a specific sprite. I thought it was in Hengband, who could summon. I was summoning like hordes of spiders. It was nuts. Beastman. I guess that must have been some kind of spellcaster class. Yeah, Beastman sounds gross. Twisted by chaos. Mutations. I don't know. Ents. Slow. Susceptible to fire. Absorb water from potions as their nutrition. Archons. Angels. All skilled. Flossy unseen. Safely fly over traps. Oh, game level slowly. Balrogs are just big, tough demons. I had a Balrog cavalry, man. I was riding around the dungeon on my horse a while back. Oh, it was a Shadow Fairy, yeah. So they can fly over traps. They never aggravate monsters. Yes, I was just flying around all these monsters. It was weird. Kutar. Expressionless animal-like living creature. Well, that's vague. Stealthy. Expand their body horizontally. Increases armor class. Renders them vulnerable. What? Android. I mean, that's wild. That's in Frog Compost Band as well. So they can't be paralyzed, can't be poisoned, can't be life drained. Don't acquire experience. Gain of powers they attach new equipment. That must be nuts, man. Then classes, warrior, mage, priest, rogue, ranger. Wait, so there is a ranger? I must have just overlooked it. Paladin, combination of warrior and priest. Oh yeah, that's in normal. Angband warrior, mage, chaos warrior, patron demons, monks, minecrafters, ESP to mental domination, high mage, specialize in one particular field of magic. Eat magic, absorb magic. Tourists. What? Most difficult class to win the game with. That's awkward. English. What do they do? Identification skills. Imitators. Imitates monsters' spell techniques. You have to see the monster's spell. Enter to a temporary spell list. Jeez. Beastmaster. Summon or dominate monsters. Sorcerers, archers. So how's that different than a... Oh, they're just better with bows. They can learn how to make ammunition from junk found in the dungeon. Create ammo. Oh. Magic eaters absorb magic devices. Use these magic as their spells. Whoa. Bard, except you have songs, sound-based attacks. Red mage, similar to warrior mage. Cannot cast spells from higher rank spellbooks. Slow learners. Samurai. Combat techniques. Force trainer. For fighting with neither weapons nor armor. Not as good as fighters as monks, but they can use both magic and the spiritual force. Spellbook magic. Special spiritual power called the Force. Okay. Blue mage. Learn spells from monsters. Cavalry. Berserker. Immune to fear and paralysis. Fight without weapons. These are pretty wild. Cannot read scrolls or use magical devices. Wow. Since Berserker Spectres are quite... Oh, why is Spectre? Quite easy to win with a Berserker Spectre. Weaponsmith. See, that sounds really boring. They're good at fighting, or they can make weapons and armor for themselves. Even better than warriors using improved equipment. Oh. Extract the essences of special weapons from weapons or armor. Add these essences to other weapons or armor. Normally, each one can be improved only once. Can remove a previously added essence from improved equipment to improve it on another essence. Gee. Mirror Master. Spellcasters create magical mirrors. Cast mirror magic spells. Jeez. Ninja. Okay. Sniper. Okay. Archery techniques. Oh. Well, so my idea for Hengband is just to, when I want something crazy, just to roll up a random character and see what happens. So now this merfolk, this merman cavalryman is fairly ordinary-ish. I wish I was riding my horse. I screwed that part up. Now I don't know if I can find my horse again. I dug up a robe. Hengband still has that really hard to see dark blue color, which I could change by editing the source code, but I don't really want to be out of sync with the actual team's source code. They probably don't change that. Oh, here's another lock. They probably don't change that color code very much. Man, I'm having a lot of trouble with locks. Is that just this character or what? It's really annoying. There was something I was hoping was improved. Or why am I trying to get that rebel? Hengband. Improved over Zangband, I mean. Chartreuse potion. Whoops. It's a Duralian. Is it going to be hostile? So these were hanging out in town. It says it can illuminate the dungeon. Is it? Can't. Doesn't look like it is. It hit me. Well, I guess it's go time. Let's kill this sucker. Wait. I hit the Duralian. I've slain the small kobold? What? Was it a kobold in disguise? I don't understand. So I have this auto destroyer thing on it. Auto destroyed that rock lizard corpse. What if that was I would have to remember to turn it off. Maybe if the rock lizard was a special, if I wanted to take that back as a, man, this lockpicking thing blows. There's gotta be some better way to do that. I wasn't having that problem with whatever character I was mucking around with earlier. I think I saw a way. Hey. Oh. Well, there's a stairway down. Gosh dang doorways. Red potion. Oh no, they're breeding. Kill them. Okay, I think I got them. Oh no, scroll of summon monster. Get the worms. Erg. That was a big old dead end, I guess. Ah, shoot, there's the... Ah, no. Okay, well... Where's the stairway down? Let's take that. I feel bad about my horse. Oh no, it's white jelly. I don't think they chase me. It does not change to taste. Jane to taste intruders, yeah. That was a weird little nook. There's probably a secret door. There's gotta be, I guess. There it is. Hey, 29 arrows. Okay. Whoops. And a shrieker mushroom pit. Yeah, I feel silly without my horse, I guess. Like, what is a cavalryman without his horse? A merman cavalryman without his horse is like a fish without out of water. It's like a merman out of water. I don't have water or a horse. Seems like a problem. Did my torch go out? Yes. Huh. So I got those other torches. They classified differently, and they're inscribed with average. Did my auto destroyer auto inscribe them with average? That's weird. Like if I uninscribe that with right pointy bracket, will I don't know, leave it. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, Vanilla Angband does not have searching for secret doors anymore, which is kind of cool. Oh, Uichi the Arsonist. I was wondering if there's a bounty on this guy. A young boy? Oh no. Why don't he wails at me? Well, he can wail to attack. What is his wailing at me gonna do? Oh, it's hurting me. Well, I guess he's going down. Boy or not. He's an evil human, it says. My license. Oh no, it auto destroyed his corpse. Well, no bounty for me, even if there was one. So yeah. Stairway down. Empty bottle. I could probably do. Oh, here's that scroll. Do I have a scroll of. I don't have a scroll of identify. Not many enemies in here. Oh, giant white ant. Giant white louse. Don't breed. Don't you breed. Oh no. Okay, good. Yellow mole. Just peppering it with arrows. Hazy potion. This is weird, and I wonder why these X's are hard to Where? I don't know. Aye. Novice mage. Smeagol. Oh, shoot. Well, as long as you have infravision, Smeagol is not hard to see. He is invisible, but with infravision, you can see him just fine. I had a real problem with him playing him as playing a regular human warrior in vanilla Angband because I couldn't see him, and he was just having all kinds of fun with me. But I can see him. Now where'd he go? Well, maybe did he move out of my no master hobbits? This is his. So didn't say Smeagol stole anything from me or disappeared in a puff of smoke. Did he just run off? Geez, there's killed the white harpy. Smeagol appeared briefly. Dang it, Smeagol. So yeah, I guess I can't see him more than a few squares away. My merman infravision was only 50 feet. Or 20 feet. Killed that novice mage at range. That was kind of cool. Scroll object detection. It's a weird room. If I read this scroll at him. Scroll detect invisible. There he is. Well, that was quite handy. Oh, and there's a clear worm mass around here somewhere. Those are effectively invisible. Take an arrow, Smeagol. He shrugged it off and the arrow disappeared. It hit him. Ah, dang it. Hit him a couple times. He doesn't like these arrows. Oh, he stole an arrow. I guess he does like them. Yeah, well, you're going to get a bunch of them. She will kill him. Oh, yes, she will. Precious, is he talking about the spider? Take some more arrows. They aren't really hurting him. Look at that description on him. Oh, it's a Tolkien, just Tolkien text. I don't know how I could hurt him more. Well, I got him 2 down. No, he stole something. 36 coins. I guess that's not a big deal. See, now he disappears. Oh, well. So, yeah, I would need slightly better infravision, maybe. I probably have one of these other potions or something is probably some kind of other better detection thing. Hey, I'll take money. Stairway down. Uh-oh. There's a radiation eye. They can paralyze you if you get next to them. Good thing I got tons of arrows. I think they can paralyze you. Well, Smeagol must have teleported off to the other side of the dungeon or something. I bet if I had my horse, I could get him. Hungry. Have some food. Yeah, I just don't have good enough infravision. I could go get some potion or something. And what I found in, was it vanilla Angband? There he is. As if I came back down to the same level of the dungeon, see now he's healed up, even though I just hit him twice, he would still reappear. Well, don't disappear then. I've got him down 3 points. I would need to somehow corner him. He can't really hurt me. I don't suppose he'll just stay here. No. Oh, which way did he go? Oh. No, I couldn't corner him there anyway. No, you haven't. I'm right here. If you want to kill me, then don't keep running off. Almost got him. He hasn't hurt me. I got him. Scroll phase door. 5 arrows. The corpse of Smeagol, which it auto-destroyed. Well, empty bottle. Guess I'll pick up the empty bottle of Smeagol. Double ring mail. Now, no special knowledge. I don't want to. So I think that means it's AC. It gives you armor class 20. My current mail is damaged. Or maybe it came damaged. AC 11. So that would be better. It's a little heavier. But you don't want to just put it on because it could be cursed. So you want to identify it or something. What about this bottle? No special knowledge of the bottle. Well, okay, I'm going to go down. Oh, Snotling. Snotlings are from Warhammer or something. You have slain the Snotling. Another one. Oh boy, a bunch of them. They don't breed quickly, do they? It says they're an evil orc. Running wild and screaming all the time. I need something with a larger light radius. Like a lantern, obviously. But I actually have to walk through these exits to clear them. That's weird. wonder if that's... Is that the torchlit thing? No. Oh, it's because these are dark rooms. I see. But it is kind of the torchlit thing. Well, I guess I should maybe leave it on then. Because it is kind of annoying having those X's so hard to clear out. Ah, come on. I thought it would. Input options, repeat obvious commands. I thought repeat obvious commands covered this kind of thing, like auto unlocking doors. Automatically open doors, so I don't know. Unified use command. Why am I exploring? I was just going to use my word of recall. See if I could find my horse back in the above world. My discount word of recall, 90% off. Let's go. Let's drop that torch. Well, Carrot seems to have just taken off. There's a scrawny horse somewhere around here, but kicks me. Ride a pet? No. Well, Carrot didn't like me. Oh, this horse hates me. Are you going to attack me, horse? Yes. This is a sad state of affairs for a cavalryman. See, I think... Oh. Well, yeah. So I have rodeo, but I'm level 7. I mean, I'm close. I don't want to kill this horse. Don't mess with me, horse. Oh, shoot. I don't have much money anyway. Well, what a waste. This horse is still after me. I can never remember what stores have what. 25% word off word of recall. Aw. Well, now I have no money. So I guess that answers the horse question. Carrot is gone for good. There's no way to, like... I mean, allow teleport? What? No, I turned that off. Carrot, return, please. Yeah, I think my horse rode off into the dungeon because I accidentally gave it the seek and destroy command and got itself killed. Unless it's still on level 1 of the dungeon somehow. Oh, I have to wield a torch. I only have 2 torches left. That could become a problem. Well, I don't think my horse is going to be down here. So, wait, can I still use my word of recall? I hope. Oh yeah, Yeek Cave, okay. There we go. So my horseless merman cavalry man, there's another Juralian. Yeah, I don't know about this illuminate the dungeon thing. I slain, so they always change into something as I kill them. What's the deal with that? Are there actual aliens, or am I hallucinating? Is it because I'm insane? My character is some kind of psycho killer. My personality profile. What was it? Where would it say? I don't know where you can look up your personality. Oh, Charge Man, it's up at the top. Well, 3 more levels to go and I can capture a wild horse or something. Rodeo wild horse. And there are quite conveniently some crazy wild horses wandering around the novice ranger. Take some arrows, ranger. So yeah, the main thing, well, a main thing is that this game doesn't seem to have, for instance, what am I trying to say? The beginning dungeon in Frog Compost Band is in the same spot, and or it's just called I forget what it's called. It's not called the Yeek Cave, I don't think. It uses a different type of level generation, kind of a lumpier, tinier thing that looks more like natural burrows or something, which is kind of cool. But for one thing, it has it'll like stack doorways next to each other all the time, which is weird, or stairways. And it's just really unbalanced feeling in Frog Compost Band. I was just getting killed by, well, the character classes were wildly unbalanced. Maybe they are. I still haven't tried out too many, but none of the ones I've tried so far in Cave Lizard, eh? And a green ooze. None of the ones I've tried so far, ooh, a mithril ring, in Zangband or Hengband, or Zangband for that matter, have been unbalanced, like to the extent that they were just wildly, like nobody cared how they were balanced in Frog Compost Band. And the enemies aren't wildly unbalanced like they felt like they were in Frog Compost Band, where I was just getting killed by, just weird, a novice Minecrafter. Just anything would wander up, and did I go blind? He blinded me. Well, that's kind of putting a damper on things. The shooting, anyway. Just hit it. Hit it. Yeah, it's in trouble. What? Did it? Oh, I went up in level, so I killed it. Okay, cool. Well, only 2 levels to go. Well, I can see again before, just insta-killing things with arrows with that macro is pretty sweet. $23 bolts. I don't want bolts. Ah, shoot. On open core, the uncovered fortress. What is going on? Uh-oh. The aircraft protects the home of the Bacterian army with the power. Oh no. I don't understand what's happening. Maybe this is an unbalanced thing, just as I've been talking about balance of monsters. I'm hitting it. It crushes me. Is this one of those silly monsters? I hit it pretty good. Okay, I've got 2 monsters on me at once. Ugh. Wait a second, that was a more prompt. Why was there a more prompt? I don't know. Okay, take some arrows then. Now I've got the open core on me. And it just spewed money all over. Sweet. Not a lot of money. That's okay. Okay. 5 shots, 6/turn. What does that mean? Am I shooting slower? No. Well, that was weird. But yeah, so haven't hit super unbalanced stuff, which was a huge problem for me in Frog Compost Band. So Hengband is going to be my crazy kitchen sink variant for when I just want to. Oh, here's one of these almost invisible dark blue things. Just want a crazy Hengband or Angband variant experience. Come on, door. I don't know. I don't need to open that, I guess. It doesn't have. I already have a cloak, right? It doesn't have quite as many UI amenities as modern vanilla Angband, and it's still got some of the old hard stuff like cursed items that stick to you and so forth. But it's got enough good stuff to make me play compulsively, as I've already stayed up past my bedtime here. And it does not just kill me offhandedly like Frog Compost Band. Where's this novice paladin? Take some arrows, novice. Yeah, didn't like those. Running away, that's unpaladin-like behavior. Oh, is he dead? Well, he's dead. What's a paladin doing? Who knows? That open core thing kind of shook me a little. That was weird. Why didn't I finish exploring down here? See, it is a little harder to see with the dots staying on. Oh, but they'll stay on, these ones I've already found. But see, if you don't have them on, then it's just this kind of toss up. Do I keep them on or not? Then there's what did I do? What am I doing? Map screen. All permalit grids. Map remembers all permalit grids. Map remembers torch. So permalit grids would be rooms that are permanently lit up. Okay. Which I did kind of want on. Well, I don't know. I wish these X's cleared out, stayed cleared. I don't know. It's weird. If I had a bigger light source, this would probably, metallic blue. What's it going to do? It crawled on me. Okay, take an arrow. I keep forgetting about my auto destroy. I should probably turn the auto destroyer off if I want to have a chance of doing bounties. I don't know. The auto destroyer is option 6 here. Vanilla Angband has a thing where you can just pick up an item and then tell it to ignore it, and ignore all future items like it. And that's pretty handy. That's kind of cooler than an auto-destroy. Novice Minecrafter, where? I'm terrified. Can I shoot an arrow at it? Oh, it's way down there. Did I shoot an arrow all that way? I didn't think arrows went that far. I'd been warned about short ranges way shorter than that. So my short bow, 0.8 turn. What does that mean? I-C. No. Can I shoot the Minecrafter way down there? That would be awesome. I can. Take that, you jerk. Just peppering. He's just leaving a trail of presumably bloody arrows. And I auto-destroyed their corpse. So yeah, I'm just playing this compulsively right now. I found a secret door. I pretty much explored this level. No, I missed doors over there. I mean, who cares really, right? It's just a randomly generated dungeon. I'm not chasing Smeagol or anything. But I can't leave the doors unexplored. I can't. Oh no, I went the wrong way. Oh, maybe there's a secret door down here. Please, 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 please. Yes. Okay, now you gotta let me through. Pick the lock. Pick the friggin' lock. Ah, that's annoying. Uh-oh. My torch went out. I only have one torch left. That's going to be a problem. It didn't auto-destroy this worthless torch, which is weird. Maybe it doesn't have the capacity to tell that it's empty. One problem I had in Hengband's map generation was finding staircases. I would find it generated all these floors where I would find just like 3 or 4 up or down staircases, whichever ones I didn't want, and then just could not find a staircase going the way I wanted. It was just absurd. Also just generated a lot of really boring levels, as well as all of these like open sort of terrainy levels that are just a huge pain to navigate. Well, there's a stairway down. That's handy. This is a very tiny room. Oh shoot, fainting from lack of food. Well, that's silly. Not noticing. Where did it? I was not noticing the hungry message. Well, I think that's just about got this level, so let's just take the stairs. Oh my gosh, what is this? Oh no. Well, this looks really, really, really bad. I do have a scroll of phase door. All these potions I haven't identified. Kobolds and small kobolds. And there's a worm that's going to start multiplying. I'm not sure. Maybe the way out is to the east. There's a blue jelly to my immediate east, which is unfortunate. If I hack my way upward, I could get to it, my back to a wall, perhaps. There's a large kobold to my northwest. Gonna attack this small kobold, okay. Oh, they were asleep. Okay, so I made it to a little nook. They can still get 3 of them on me, though, so that's not great. Shoot, I'm almost dead. Ah, I can't get out now. They're instantly replacing each other. I have 3 scrolls of phase door. Well, I'm level 9. So, 7 hit points. I'm dead. Well, that was weird. I should have used my scroll of phase door, or one of them. I didn't expect to drop in health like that, but I had 3 kobolds on me, so that was stupid. I should have teleported immediately, really. That was funny they were sleeping. Well, thus ends the merman cavalryman without his horse. He was 1 level away from being able to tame a new horse. So close. And then he went down a staircase into a horde of kobolds who were sleeping, and I could have just teleported away, and I didn't because I'm a dope. Killed by a small kobold. Well, that was fun. So I still didn't make it out of the starting dungeon, but I made it pretty far down in the starting dungeon as opposed to what I was able to do in even the tiny little levels in the starting dungeon in Frog Compost Man. I did have a fairly tough character. I can send my score. Sure. Does it work? Uh-oh. Internal server error. Well, I guess it got online somewhere, though. I wonder if that's normal. Maybe you need a graphical interface to be able to see what page it generates. I mean, it does say it failed. Like, try again? Sure, spam them. All right. No. No. Well, so that was a Hengband adventure. Hengband's pretty sweet. I think it's awesome. You can download it direct from the website. You don't have to compile your own ASCII version if you don't feel that particular inclination. You can just play the graphical version, which looks more or less just the same, except there's little sub windows you can move around if you want, and set up more of them if you want. So yeah, Hengband's a lot of fun. More people in the West should play it. I gather it's fairly popular in Japan as far as Hengband or Angband variants go, anyway. And it's just had a ton of work put into it to this day, and it's got some pretty crazy stuff. I wish I hadn't lost my poor horse, poor carrot. Well, so next time I am going to play, I think, my warrior in vanilla Hengband, but I will come back to Hengband and try another crazy random adventure because I think that's fun. And maybe it'll teach me to appreciate other character classes besides just the warrior class, which seems to be about all I can make myself play in vanilla Angband. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Good night.